What's up guys, it's Wholesome Joe. I don't post videos very often, but I had to make a video about the current drama in the gaming community about, you guessed it, Palworld. There's a lot of drama going around in the gaming community about this new Pokemon-esque game called Palworld. A lot of streamers and YouTubers have been playing it. Asmongold, if you know of Asmongold, the popular WoW streamer, he has been playing it. He likes it. Penguins, aka Moist Critical, aka Charlie, however you know him, he's been playing it. And I don't know what my cat that was a dog just barked in the background. Maybe they're excited about it, I don't know. They've all been playing it, they like the game, I've been playing it. I'm nobody important, but they are. They've been playing it and they like the game. And so there's a lot of controversy about the legitimacy of the artwork in the game, the issue of plagiarism as it pertains to the Pokemon brand, in which a lot of people, mostly angry Pokemon fans, are up in arms because they think that Pocketpair, I think is the name of the company, the development company that has made this new game called Palworld, have plagiarized Nintendo and Game Freak for their Pokemon brand, which is one of the most, popular brands of anything ever in the history of things. However, I'm here to tell you, for those of you who are out there who think that Nintendo is going to sue Palworld, they are not going to sue Palworld, and here is why. Now, I will preface this by saying that I am not an expert in copyright. I am not a lawyer, but I am a filmmaker, and I have dealt with a lot of copyright stuff because I'm a filmmaker, and that is something you have to pay attention to when you're making films so that no one sues you. Now, if you're making a game, the scope of something like Palworld, you've probably got people in place to handle this sort of thing, especially when you're making something that's so similar visually to another property that there is the possibility of getting sued. So logic would dictate that they've already gone through the legal hoops and all of the stuff that they need to do to make sure they weren't going to get sued in the first place. Now, on top of that, Nintendo is very well aware of this game. They've been aware of it since its inception, probably. They've probably been following it this entire time. This isn't just something that just happened overnight and they're like, oh, what is this Pokemon game? Oh, what? No, they've been aware of it this entire time. But because the internet and people have opinions on everything, and it appeared to them because of how well the game was doing, it seemed like, oh, we got to let Nintendo know. Nintendo has known this entire time, guys. You didn't spill the beans. You didn't give them the heads up. I promise you, they already knew. And because of that, they can't do anything because there's nothing for them to do. There is no copyright being infringed upon. Now, the reason why I know this is because those of you who don't understand how copyright works, you cannot copyright an idea. And the idea of a video game or a cartoon or whatever the case is that involves creatures being caught in balls, you cannot copyright that. So I can make a game if I wanted to where little creatures of some kind are caught in balls that the players throw and catch them in. I can go make a game just like that right now because you cannot copyright that. What you can copyright are the characters like Pikachu, Ash, Misty, etc. And you can copyright the specific elements that create those characters. But you cannot copyright small, yellow, cute mouse rabbit with long ears looking mythical creature. You can't copyright that because there's too many variables in there to be able to copyright something. It has to be the specific character. I can go and create my version of Pikachu, call it something else, and I would not be infringing on Pokemon. So no, Nintendo will not be suing Palworld. They didn't sue Tim. They didn't sue the plethora of other games that are very much similar to this game, which are even more similar because honestly, if you haven't actually played Palworld, which a lot of you I know have not, which I don't understand why you have this opinion when you have not played the game, but I digress. If you have not played the game, I suggest that you do so because the game is nothing like Pokemon. The only similarities the gameplay has to an actual Pokemon game is that you catch monsters with a ball or creatures or whatever, and they have elemental skills and you can fight against each other, and they're weak, you know, like grass is weak to whatever the case is, you know, Pokemon nerds, you know, all that stuff. Now, to the uninitiated and the average person who knows Pokemon by it just being a massive pop culture phenomenon, but you don't watch Pokemon, you don't play Pokemon, you don't know anything about it, you just know the same way you would know that Star Wars is Star Wars, and you've seen these things because they're just prevalent in pop culture, but you're not a fan of those things like someone who plays every Pokemon game is. So if you saw these designs for the characters in Palworld, yes, you might actually think that they are Pokemon because they do have a similar style, but they are different enough that they are not infringing on the copyright of Nintendo / Game Freak. Now, whatever your opinion is on that, it doesn't really matter because the legalities, the legal part is what matters. They are not infringing on the copyright. You can make something that's similar to something else. The reason why I know this is because I own a lot of toys. I collect a lot of toys, and I have a lot of action figures and things from over the years of knockoffs of popular IPs like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. I've got